Our speaker, and she is excited about this one as well. I have the pleasure of introducing Dr. Kathleen Corbett. I have to read this off because I can't remember right in my head every wonderful thing this young lady's done and continues to do.
Well, by calling me a young lady, you've already done that.
Well, Dr. Corbett is an educator with more than 3 decades of experience. During those years, she has been an elementary and secondary English teacher, a school counselor, a director of school counseling, a teacher center director, an alternative high school principal, and a central office administrator in charge of human resources. Dr. Corbett is a trained PDK curriculum management auditor. She also holds her doctorate in educational leadership with a specialization in curriculum and instruction. Her research focused on the professional development of school and mental health professionals that led to the improved delivery of curriculum and student achievement. She currently teaches English composition to undergraduate students at SUNY Old Westbury.
I know.
And school leadership at New York Institute School of Education. She sits on the executive boards of several state professional organizations, which include the New York State Association of Women Administrators, New York School Counseling Association, and the Social Emotional Literacy Forum. She has successfully written state and federal competitive grants, including one of the recently recognized New York State Smart Scholars Early College High School grants. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Dr. Kathleen Corbett.
Ms. Joyce said to me this morning, we are going to have standing room only. And I went, oh, from your lips to God's ears. And God heard her. So that's our Miss Joyce. I do want to thank the Black Caucus for the invitation to put this workshop together for everyone. When Joyce asked me back in April, Joyce? Yeah. I said, are you kidding? Are you kidding? I get to play with kids? So I do also want to thank the Black Caucus again. But I'd be remiss if I didn't thank all the administrators, counselors, teachers, parents who I have worked with over the last several months putting this together. You have no idea the orchestration that it takes to have everyone get here and fed by ECG. I have to would be remiss if I didn't mention ECG. ECG, please visit their booth. It's not But we had a lovely lunch, and I had a few minutes to meet the young people. It's the first time I'm meeting them, and we are in for a treat. Let me tell you a little bit about the questions. The Black Caucus had been working with a researcher. Many of you may know the name, Pedro Negero, out of NYU. Pedro has left NYU. He's now in California doing his fabulous stuff. But he left us with a collection of questions that the students will be asked to answer today, as well as a few questions that the executive board members of the Black Caucus put together. There's not a lot of questions, there's only a total of 7, all right? But what I've asked the students before we actually get into the questions, we're going to have them introduce themselves. The only other thing I do want to mention is that there should be, if you didn't see a 3x5 index card on your, if you weren't handed one, or it wasn't on your seat, they are for questions. So we'll try to get through a 3x5 index card. What we would ask you to do, if during the presentation a question comes to mind that you might want to ask the children, please write it down on a card. And I'm going to ask one of my Black Caucus fellows, all right, Karen in the back, just raise your hand, and one of the caucus members will come to you and take your question. We may not have time for all your questions. We'll try to get a few, but we're really going to focus on the children and the questions that they've not prepared. I told them to speak from the heart. We want to hear the good, the bad, and the ugly, all right? Because we're all here because we care desperately to make sure that they are in the world, and this is what I tell my freshmen at Old Westbury. You are making money, paying for my Social Security. And they get that. You get that? No. All right, but that's why we're all here, to hear from the children. And are you prepared to hear things that may be a little rough? That's okay, right? Yeah. We're all adults here, and that's why you're here. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is ask the children to, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. It is about them. No, I know it's about them, but oh my goodness. All right, so I asked the children earlier, who makes all the decisions, the really important decisions about your education? And they said, we do, they do. And I went, well, yeah, absolutely. You are the first ones to make the decisions for your education. I said that there are another group of people, about 17 of them, who come to Albany every couple of months to make some big, big decisions for us. And one of them happens to be here this afternoon, and she introduced herself, and now I'm going to introduce one of our regents. Come stand. Because she said there was no place else in this convention she wanted to be other than with students. So this is Regent Oderberg. Thank you. I'm going to see, I won't see Dr. Oderberg. This is Oderberg. She is also going to be with the New York State School Counselors Convention at the Sagamore. How nice is that? In November. I'll be in Dubai. I'll be there. When? No. Donna Craig from Roosevelt School Council will be there. Wayne, you going to be at the Sagamore? Oh, all right. Good counselors. Okay. All right. So let's get to the kids. That's why we're all here. So where do we want to start? They're not in alphabetical order. Oh, Sydney had his hand up. I'm sorry, Lance. Okay. All right. So we're going to come across the room. Okay.
Hello everyone, my name is Sidney St. Hilaire. I'm a student at Sewanaka High School, which is within the Sewanaka Central High School District. And I'd like to personally thank Dr. Corbett, Ms. Joyce, and the New York State Caucus of Black School Board members for welcoming me here, as well as my superintendent, Dr. Ferry, and the other school board members that came here with us. I'm very interested in neuroscience. Hopefully that's what I go on to do in college, as well as pre-med.
All right.
My name is Isaiah Janeo. I'm like a follow Sydney here, but I'm in the same district as him. I'm on Moore High School, and I'm in a junior in high school. I'm in a numerous club, Model UN, FBLA. I also wrestle and I play lacrosse. Wrestling's hard. But yeah, definitely I want to pursue a degree in corporate law and hopefully own my own firm with corporate law. And travel the world. I hope to go to Stanford University. And yeah.
All right.
Hi, my name is Chanel Simpson Young, and I go to YNH Memorial High School. I am a senior. I am in the SUNY Smart Scholar Program with Barbadale. I am a writer, and I hope to become a veterinarian sometime in the year.
My dream is to have everyone to understand each other, so all different races and sexes, they understand the diversity and they can come together. So that's why I either want to become an industrial and organizational psychologist or a developmental psychologist, because the children are the future, and I know we can impact them and change their views, and we can change the world. And I'm also, over the summer I went to a program called Girls Who Code, and I learned how to code in the computer program and work with robots and stuff. So I feel like since we're going to the technology advanced world, I feel like if I can make a website that's about that, about my ultimate goal, I feel like I can impact the world in that way.
Hi, my name is Sarah Fernandez. I'm from Avenue Memorial High School. My dream is to do psychology and work with kids who are in foster homes, and hopefully minor in music as well.
biomedical engineering. I also was a Leadership Academy graduate from West Point, Rhode Island. From here on then, I'm really glad that you guys gave me the opportunity to present today. I'm very grateful.
My name is Demar's friend, and I'm representing Tips High School. I'm a senior, and my aspirations are to go to Wall Street and become a financier and become an entrepreneur and start my own energy company. But I'd like to thank my two board members and see what's
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Grace Io. I attend Roosevelt High School in Long Island, New York. I'm a senior there. I also play lacrosse. I am my lacrosse team's captain, as well as my soccer team's captain. And next year, I hope to go to college. That's the overall goal, obviously. And study pre-med. And in the future, I hope to become a person at a
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Corwin Joseph. I currently attend Rowan High School. I'm a senior, 17, a member of Student Council, and I would like to mention that in the near future, I aspire to inspire, and more or less, I would love to pursue a degree in criminal justice.
Good afternoon. I'm from Roosevelt High School. I'm a senior just like Laura. I recently moved here from Canada, so I'm still adjusting. I play a lot of sports. I play wrestling, lacrosse, track, hockey. I like to be active. And in 5 years, I hope to see myself as a police officer.